Alright, so what we got here today is the Meepo Go. This is one of the Meepo's newest entry-level electric skateboards that uses dual belt motors instead of your traditional hub motors. This just makes entry-level electric skateboards so much more interesting and a little bit more powerful. You get a lot more bang for your buck, especially if you're using a belt motor. Very simple packaging, I like it. So the first thing I noticed is that it's completely flat, right? There's no dip that actually goes down. And then on the edges, it flares up just a little bit. Once you get to use this handlebar, it's so convenient. This is definitely a great plus. I don't know if you can see this, but there is a layer of coating. This is not just paint. This is another layer of rock chip resistant coating. This is incredibly important. It's going to preserve how new your board looks over a longer period of time. So I'm super happy that Meepo actually included this. These 76A durometer wheels, these are pretty soft. They feel really soft. They're 90 millimeters in diameter. Meepo's included 100A bushings. I wonder how good these are. The board comes with risers. There's actually a pretty big riser pad right here. There's also impact guard in the front and also guards in the back. Meepo has a new ESC, and that ESC is made by a designer who used to work at Hobbywing, so it's super smooth, just like Hobbywing. Let's see the belt tension. Belt tension looks very good. You want it to be not too tight, but also not too loose. These do have motor guards protection to protect the motors from potential impacts on the ground, and they do feel pretty sturdy and pretty hard as well. J6S Remote. I like the ergonomics of it. I like the black color version of this. I'm not a big fan of the gray color, but you know what, that's fine. And this is a much bigger LCD display. You get a set of tools, and you get a T-tool, a set of extra belts. These are 250 millimeter, and then you get a charger. Get a nice, this one only charges at 2 amps. I think you have an 8 amp hour battery, so it'll probably take 4 hours for you to charge. This remote allows you to change your braking power, but I don't think you can actually adjust the acceleration. So just the braking power, which is pretty good. It's pretty chunky, it looks pretty big, but it's narrow. It fits really well in the hand as well. I think the board, it's pretty agile. As you can see, the board is really reactive and responsive. It's really responding to like the tiniest changes that I'm making. This is a good sign that I like for carving, just because you know it's going to be a good Ooh, lots of salt on the ground. Almost slipped there. You know, for a lot of the beginner boards, one thing I noticed is that they're not really good at carving. Not because they have terrible trucks, but because they have really, really terrible bushings out of the box that makes them almost impossible to carve and have fun on, especially beginner boards. That's like the most important, because they can't go very fast. So you have to kind of enjoy the board with a lot of carving and turning. But if you include crap bushings, then that's not good. And for me personally, I actually really like the default bushings that are included with this board. I don't think you need to change to riptide bushings. I think these are actually really good out of the box. They're pretty agile. They help you turn. I think the deck feels really stiff. Flex test. And let's see. Oh, I hear something crack. Okay. Yeah, this is not the flexiblest. Is that even a word? This is not the most flexible board I've ever had. There's a little bit of give in the middle. I think with my gears on, I'm probably 190 pounds. And then especially when you're riding like this, there's no bounce at all. And also, I think you can notice I am on a like 2% slope, and with the brakes fully engaged, it's still rolling down slightly. So there's that going. I know the Ling ESCs would definitely lock into place, but I'm still rolling right now. Okay. This is really a flat ground. This is like 1 or 2% incline, and it's still rolling. Hello. Yeah, it's still rolling. So this ESC feels just like the ESC used on in A-Stack, because A-Stack has the same problem. It doesn't stay well on slopes. Okay, we're gonna do a quick turn test. There's too much salt at where I usually do my turn test. I'm gonna try to find a curb area that does not have a lot of salt, such as this one. Okay, reverse skin-pin trucks. I'm just gonna try to go around the curve as close to the curb as possible. Oh my gosh. Okay, that's not too bad. This is like the expected turn radius of a reverse skin-pin truck. Okay, that's not bad. Let's do it one more time. Okay, about 1 car space out from the curb. So this is usually what I get with reverse skin-pin trucks as a turn radius, so it feels just about right. I feel like if you switch the bushings to cone bushings on the street side and then get softer bushings such as Riptide, you can turn a little bit sharper. Okay, cool. So let's get to the acceleration tests. There's a lot of salt dust on the ground. I'm just trying to not kill myself, so forgive me if I don't go too fast. All right, so I tightened up the bushings. It's a lot tighter than before. I am in S Plus mode with roughly 70% battery left. This way, I think there's a bit of incline this way. Should be fine. I'm gonna do another test going the opposite way. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, that wasn't too bad. It felt like a 500 watt hot motor board. Definitely a little bit more kick than a hot motor, but I would say it's probably in the same range or so. 3, 2, 1. Again, acceleration is really smooth, but it does get kind of wobbly when you get past 25 miles per hour. It gets super sketchy on these type of boards. It's not Meepo's fault. These type of small wheels, it just gets kind of sketchy after 25 miles per hour unless you really crank down on these bushings. Now what we're gonna do is brake test. I have the braking set to 90%. I don't like to set things to 100% just because it's too sensitive. 10 miles per hour-ish, and then I'm gonna slam on the brakes. It's a little bit of skipping. The tires didn't lock, the wheels didn't lock, so still pretty good. I'm gonna go a little bit faster this time, and then I'm gonna brake. Pretty good. Let's brake. These brakes are pretty good. They're a little bit on the softer side, and I think these bushings are actually pretty good. I think Meepo did a great job with these bushings. They're nothing compared to Riptides though, but they're still pretty darn good when it comes to stability, and also when it comes to carving, the ability to compress and rebound. Hey skateboard, where are you going? Where are you going? Come back! Now it's coming back. Come on. Okay, I'm on full brakes. Come on. I think there's something probably wrong with my remote. Alright, but what we're here for is a speed uphill test. 3, 2, 1, let's go. I have about 60 to 70% battery left when I'm doing this test, so it's not bad. It's 16 miles per hour-ish, at least on the remote. $14. That wasn't too bad. At least it's moving. Hey, how's it going? So I just finished my testing. So overall, I like this board. I think it's pretty good for the price. Not necessarily the best that I've ever seen for this price, right? But I do think for 2025, it's adequate. Talking about some features I really like. Number one is the handlebars. The handlebars just makes picking it up and going to places such as, you know, like a shopping center, supermarket, or going on a bus, super convenient, so you don't have to hold the trucks. And also, I do like the design of the grip tape. The screws are already exposed. They have already measured and drilled a hole. If you ever do need to remove something, change batteries or remove the trucks, add shred lights to the to your trucks, you don't need to remove the entire grip tape. It's already all drilled out for you. Also, the motors are pretty punchy. They're not the punchiest motors, but they're better than your standard hub motors at similar prices, which is really nice. And they also give a satisfying motor scream, so I really like that. One thing I do like about some Meepo's deck on the underside, on the street side, is that they have a protective film on top of the paint. And this film will really protect you from rock chips, right? So I think this is something really thoughtful, and a lot of electric skateboard companies actually don't have on their board. It's going to start looking like craters. It's the surface of the moon. But with this feature, you're not going to get any chips. Your board is going to look as new, as clean as possible. The battery of the skateboard also is the battery size of the ER version of the extended range version of your standard skateboards. I would say this package is actually really, really nice. For $500, would I buy this for $500? Yes, I would buy this for $500. Are there more powerful versions out there? Yeah, but you're gonna need to spend a couple $100s more to get the more powerful versions. But at just $500, I think you're getting a pretty good deal. Let me know what you think about this skateboard. Let me know if you have any questions. Yeah, I'll see you on the next one.